PNW win! W's in the chat.
W's in the chat.
Oh my gosh. That one just aged me, but we're getting better. Shoot, good win.
Caitlin Clark in shock as Sophie Cunningham drops bombshell after Indiana Fever snubs her. Tensions are quietly boiling inside the Indiana Fever locker room, and Sophie Cunningham just lit the match. While the Fever celebrated their fifth straight victory in a hard-fought 78-74 win over the Seattle Storm, it wasn't the scoreboard that made headlines. It was the on-court decisions that nearly handed the game away, and Cunningham's explosive response after being completely iced out despite being the hottest shooter on the floor. The numbers don't lie.
About the consistency.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of ups and downs in the WNBA this season. To take care of business in a winning streak like this, what does that sort of say about how this team's come together?
Yeah, you know, Seattle's a great team, a great team, and it's hard to play here. And so we knew that. We knew that they just came off kind of a bad loss against LA. And so they were hungry for a win. But for us, it's not about other teams. It's about our standard. It's about stacking the days. And I think that where our mental's at as a team and as individuals, we're in a really good spot. And, you know, it's not going to be easy moving forward. But I think today we stayed true to the scout. We trusted the offense. Kelsey has been having a hell of a season. She was a little bit off, but she facilitated for us offensively down the stretch. And it just shows that everyone has something to give, even if your scoring's not going to be there. But I don't know, I'm just proud of our team, and I'm proud that we stacked today.
Cunningham went 4 of 5 from three-point range, an incredible 80%. Meanwhile, the rest of the Fever combined for a staggering 0 for 17 from deep. Let that sink in. One player was lights out from distance, and every other teammate was ice cold. Yet somehow, as the game progressed, the team stopped feeding Sophie the ball. In the third quarter, she virtually disappeared from the offense. Not because of her performance, but because of poor shot selection and questionable decision-making from her teammates. One of the biggest culprits? Kelsey Mitchell, who went an abysmal 3 for 16 from the field and 0 for 8 from three-point range.
You guys survived that, I think it was an 11-0 run by Seattle in the final 5 minutes. Just kind of how gutsy was that to pull that out?
It was very gutsy, you know. Every win ain't gonna be pretty. So I'm happy that we kept our composure even though Seattle went on an 11-0 run. We've been through situations like that, but at the end of the day we just stayed together and we talked about it and we moved on to the next play.
I also think it shows the growth that we've had as a team, because early in the season we were just so inconsistent, and if teams were to do that, we would normally lose those games, but it just shows that we're getting closer, we're trusting each other, and I think that's the biggest part, is trusting and knowing that we can win those games even if they go on.
And yet, she logged 29 minutes and continued to fire away with confidence that didn't match her production. It's the kind of night where a veteran like Sophie Cunningham has every right to speak out, and she did, both through her post-game tone and her on-court body language. Observers noticed the frustration, and fans immediately began questioning why the Fever ignored their only consistent shooter during a pivotal stretch of the game. Coaching decisions were just as baffling. Head coach Stephanie White refused to adjust the rotation, despite clear evidence that Sophie was the hot hand and Mitchell was struggling. With Seattle going on an 11-0 run in the final minutes, nearly stealing the game, it was Cunningham who could have been the closer. If only she had been given the opportunity. But instead, the ball kept finding the cold hands, and the Fever nearly paid the price. The emotional toll on Cunningham shouldn't be underestimated. As a seasoned vet, she knows how basketball is supposed to work: find the hot shooter, move the ball, win games as a team. But when she was left open again and again and watched the ball swing elsewhere, frustration was inevitable. And she made it known. In the post-game remarks, Cunningham's tone revealed pride in the win, but the subtext was clear: this team has a long way to go in learning how to win the right way. This game wasn't about stats. It was about trust, awareness, and basic basketball IQ. And the Fever failed that test despite the win. Sophie Cunningham didn't just shoot the lights out, she exposed a serious flaw in the Fever's offensive system. If Indiana wants to be a real playoff contender, the coaching staff and players need to learn that basketball isn't about ego. It's about making the smart play.